to try to do that tomorrow on Saturday. The other thing about tomorrow is that it is going to be very busy. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And also, I want to go to a show at the end of this month. I have no idea if we're going. The plan was to go, but then my trainer's mom fell ill. I'm not going to go into big subject about that because that's really none of you guys' concerns. So yeah. And also, it's raining outside, so if you hear thunder, there's your reason. Okay, so I'm going to do a Q&A, and it's not going to be very long at all. This is probably going to be the shortest video ever. So, yeah, let's get into it. There's your thunder. That's so much fun, yes. And also, I'm using my computer. Yeah. I have no idea how Q&As work, so I'm just going to go along with it. Okay, so. JollyWop17 says, nice vlog, I love your horses. For the Q&A, why did you decide to create a YouTube channel? I've wanted to create a YouTube channel for a very long time. It is raining very loud, so I have no idea if you guys can hear it. But I wanted to make a YouTube video or YouTube channel for a very long time, and I just had never got around to doing it, nor have actually got the guts up to do it, because filming in public is pretty awkward. So it's just the fact that I've seen other people do it, so I decided, you know, hey, why not, let's try it out. How old are you? I am 16, I turn 17 next year at April 9th. Yeah. Where are you from? I am from Florida, and that's all you guys get to know, because I'm not sharing my city with you guys, because that's just too much information. When did you start writing? I started writing when I was 8. And I had rode Western for 2 years, didn't get very far, so I thought it was really boring. So I actually took a year's break after when I was 10, and then we moved to a barn over.
You bring on to stand by my truck for a while?
No, I'm making a YouTube video. You're freaking interrupting me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get out. Flipper number 1. Mother interrupts. That was my biggest fear of making this video because it was raining outside. I knew she would come in. But I'll actually get to that story what she just said after this Q&A. So, when did I start writing? Okay, like I was saying, I started writing when I was 8. I rode Western for 2 years, and then I took a break. And then I started back over at the other barn, which you guys have seen in previous videos, when I was 10 or 11. And then recently, a couple weeks ago, my trainer and a few other people moved to the barn that I am at now. That if you want to know more about or you need a boarding facility, just comment below or message me, because it's a pretty nice place. My computer's being retarded. I'm trying to do this so, like, in case the power goes out because we live in Florida, then I can get this done. Okay. And then brunette in breeches. How long have you been writing? I've been writing a total of 7 years, just because I took that break. Maybe a little over 7 years after this year, but you know, yeah. What are your writing goals? This is hard because I've had so many, and I've met them. So my writing goal right now is probably gonna be like, it's like cheesy because, you know, everyone has almost the same writing goal. It's like to achieve the highest you can achieve at this level that you're showing right now in the one class, because I have, the first time I showed 3 foot, we were at an A show and I had won this ribbon right here, but I have no idea how it happened. But ever since we've been doing 3 foot, it's just things have either been falling or not working out the way we had planned them to at the show. So I'm just hoping to get back into the plan, because my horse, he really isn't a hunter, and we show in the hunter ring, so it's kind of like hard, and if we get judged fairly. I mean, it's not like, because a lot of big people ride when you get up in like 3 foot and everything. Plus over at Venice, because there's a lot of good riders in Florida, it's just everyone shows in the same class because they know they can do it, and it's just like, you know, you want to achieve the highest you can achieve in the class and everything. But if I had to probably pick another goal, well, my horse, I don't know, he's either 3'6" or 3'9", I have no idea. My highest with him is to get up to 4 foot and what just flew in front of the camera. The highest is to get up to probably 4 foot, but another goal is also to be able to take a horse to college, which I don't think I will be able to take Princeton to college, which is so sad because he is 17 right now, and I go to college, I'm a junior this year, so I'm going to college right after senior year because there's no point in me waiting to go. So I'm either going to get a horse while I'm over here and take it up with me, or I'm probably going to lease a horse up where I'm going. So yeah, now we're on to Instagram, because like I said, this is not going to be very long. So yeah. Her name, I'm going to say these names. Okay. So, question number 1 from Instagram, from Jamie Hingston. She's not my best friend. How many horses do you have and how old are they? I have 2 horses, Princeton and Colby, which you've probably seen in pictures from my Instagram if you guys follow me. And how old are they? Colby's 14, Princeton is 17. He acts like a 4-year-old. So, just putting that out there because he's not. For a 17-year-old, we don't have him as much supplements. I mean, we should probably have him on more supplements than we do, but we don't. So he's pretty healthy for a 17-year-old, actually. From Rosemary 21. How'd your horses get their names, and what have they placed in shows? Okay. So Colby got his name. Okay. So when we bought Colby, well, we didn't even buy Colby. We had like a trade horse, and it was this whole thing because he was Western Pleasure at first, so we trained him to jump. So his original name that actually came with him was Google, and we really did not like that name because I don't know, it was just like, why would you name a horse Google and everything? So we just sat in the car. This took us like maybe 2 weeks to find Colby, and we just thought it fit him. So I mean, Colby. And what if I placed at shows? Well, all around this room. I'll pick you guys up at a show. Okay, so only thing about this is that this I place with Princeton, and then I have firsts, and then seconds, thirds, fourths, pinks are 5th, green 6th, and there's a purple that's a 7th, and then the browns are 8ths, which, like I said, the only time I've ever actually placed 8th in a show is in flat classes, because people with their $38,000 horses and me with my $5,000 horses, because we're just it's cool, He's, like I said, he's not really a hunter, he's more of an egg horse. We can place in the egg classes a lot better than we can place in the hunter classes. Okay. I'm not gonna ask that question. Okay. Holly, I don't know. I really asked this question. That's the owner of the barn that we're at now. Yeah. So, it says, what is your worst horse show experience and what was your best horse show experience? Well, let's start with the worst. The worst one actually happened this year. And I've actually never had a really, really bad horse show experience, except for this one really embarrassing one, which I am not saying because it's just too much information to put on this channel right now. But, you girls probably know what it is, just don't. Okay, but worst horse show experience besides the one I was just talking about was actually back in January. Okay, so I took Princeton into his first jumper classes. Mind you, it was a terrible mistake. His old owner was there, so we were, talking to her about it. And the first class we went into, the buzzer immediately got him right away. And then, we trotted by, I let him look at some of the fences that we thought would scare him. So we trotted him by the judge's booth, and he's scared of the judge's booth. So then we headed to the first fence. We got disqualified out of the first round because he refused the first fence twice. And then the second class, we went over the first fence, and then, he refused the first fence once, and I got him over the second time. But then going to the Oxford in the second fence, he refused again, so we got disqualified out of that class. So that was the end of day 1. Day 2, we went into the jump ring. He schooled amazing day 2. Like, I was like, oh my god, change of horse, It was just like, it was awesome for him. And so we went into the 2-6 class, and we got over the first fence. So I was like really excited because we didn't even get to go over the first fence like the day before. Everything was so hard. And then we went to the second fence. He had he had really good stride. Like his stride was not the smallest stride. He was pretty going through the line. But then all the horses were looking at this fence. So he had stopped and kind of reared up and then turned, and I crashed into the fence. I've told some of you guys the story. And then I landed on the jump rope, and I had a big bruise, and I really could not get up because my leg was completely numb. So yeah, that was the worst horse show experience. And probably the best horse show experience, I have a few. So Colby was not really cut out to be like an English horse at the end of all this process, but he's won maybe 2, 3 of those first place ribbons, and then Princeton won this one, which I was really happy about because I never thought I would actually even get close to being reserve champion, which is what that is. So yeah, that was the best. And then a friend asked, how old is Colby and what breed is he? Okay, so, well, Horsey_23 asked, how old is Colby and what breed is he? Colby is 14 years old, as I have said previously in the video, and then he is also a quarter horse. So yeah. And then she also asked, how high does Princeton jump up to, and how high did Colby jump before he was retired? Princeton, me personally, I have jumped him up to 3.6. If he did, he would have over jumped to 3.9 on his good days. His old owner, I have no idea. I have not asked her. I think she's jumped him maybe 3.9 well 4 foot if he wanted to. Because I'm sure he can. I mean, he's got springs in his feet. How high did Colby jump before he was retired? Colby, the highest we got was 3.3. And then after that, a couple lessons after that is when things kind of fell apart, and then we went to the last show and then realized, like, with him, and we were just done because he wouldn't jump anything, and just he hurt his leg, and then that's what happened with him. So, what traits are your horse's favorite? Says Chrissy_more23. Okay. My horse's favorites. My horse is like a lot of things. Colby will eat anything, so to him, it really doesn't matter. I have found that I actually did buy treats from Tractor Supply like a week or 2 ago. I have no idea what they are called. I completely forgot, but they have like candy in the middle of them, and they're like molasses and oats all the way around. So my horses both really like those. Princeton's not a big carrot fan. He more likes like molasses flavored thing. Like he likes sugar, and that's all he is. He doesn't like carrots. I mean, he likes apple flavored things, peppermints, and molasses flavored things. So that is the end of my Q&A and my updates video. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow or next week. So